I'm Chey, and I know I haven't uploaded in a little while, but I promise, this is not the end of my concert vlogs. Ready? Rolling. Starting back off with a pun, we are jumping right back into the old ways for the new videos. I am a pun lover, what can I say? Well, what I can say is tell you what this video is about, but you probably already noticed it by the title. We went to go see Rivals. But not only Rivals, we saw several other amazing bands at that show. But before we get into all the sick concert footage, the review, the wrap-up, the merch haul, I just want to give a little bit of context. The concert I went to was the Nashville date on the Look Alive tour. The Look Alive tour had 4 bands in its lineup: the Oxymorrons, 2 R's, not 1, Rivals, Sorry Mom, and the Raging Kids. When I first heard about this tour, it was through Rivals, and honestly, they were mainly who I was there for because they're the band that I knew of the best, they're the band that I had listened to the most, but I ended up loving everyone there. Spoiler alert. Is it a spoiler alert though? Because if I didn't have a good time, I wouldn't have made a video on it. If you're new here, the policy on this channel is if I'm not happy with the video, if I don't love the video, it doesn't go up on this channel. I guess it's possible that I could have had a terrible time but still loved the video for the dumpster fire that it would turn out to be. Diet Dr. Pepper. Focus, Chey. Who missed the ADHD tangents? Not editing Chey, that's who. Let's talk a little bit about Rivals, since they are how I found out about this tour in the first place. Rivals is an awesome band. I've made 1 video on them. I've been planning on making some more. Another spoiler alert. But I've made a short on them, and I have been... Well, no, because they were featured in a video that I did. Funnily enough. Perfect coalescing. They were featured in my very first concert vlog on this channel. It wasn't a video surrounding them, but they're in that concert vlog because that is the first time I ever saw them. I had never heard of them before that night, and I got to see them for the first time, fell in love with them, started following their band more closely, became part of their street team. And before you ask, no, I'm not getting paid for this concert review. This is not sponsored, not endorsed, none of that. I just really love this band. I really love going to shows. I love talking about concerts, vlogging them, sharing the whole experience. But if you want to see the first time I ever saw Rivals live, go watch that Dragged Under concert vlog. I will link it in the cards above and I'll put it down in the description below. It's a great video. Really, really fun show. Recently, I also got my mom into them and she absolutely fell in love with the band and their music. So much so that we went to go see their show, Rhymes, on Mother's Day. It wasn't their headlining show, but they were opening for Set It Off, and she was like, yeah, I want to go. I want to go. It's Mother's Day. This is my Mother's Day gift. Give it to me. That vlog is also up on this channel. I am drudging up videos that I forgot that I even made. She loved them even more after the show, and after we left, she said, okay, when's the next one? So when Rivals announced they were going out on this tour and they had a Nashville date, knew I had to get tickets, knew that me and my mom had to go. The show was at the End in Nashville, which is the first place that I ever saw Rivals to begin with. So that's pretty cool. I came into that show pretty much having heard of all the bands, I think, besides the Raging Kids, but I would have only called myself a fan of Rivals before the show. However, I left a fan of all of them, and you're gonna see why.
This next song is called Baby Boom. Any baby boom? Any baby boom? Anybody a father, mother in here? No? Great. No kids. Mommy! All right. All right, cool. So this baby boom. You know a lot about the baby boom. All right, so anybody 5'2"? Let me ask you that. Anybody 5'2"? Anybody got their nails done? Ladies, y'all got your nails done? Your hair done? Guys, you got your nails done? I got my nails done. Ladies, don't be shy. Y'all got your nails done? Got your hair done? It's all good. I know. It's like that sometimes. I know. All right, so this baby boom. All right. I see y'all moving. Just dance. Be free. but she got red toes and her nails done too. I can tell, Lord, took my time with you. Don't go, please don't walk away. I want you to hear me say, don't let life be the way. Oh no, love don't cost a dime. Nashville! Yep. I love you, mommy. Yeah. Yeah. Does it free my mind? Does it waste my time? Does it fall in line? Total domination, you say. Does it free my mind? Does it waste my time? Does it fall in line? Total domination, you say. Does it free my mind? Does it waste my time? Does it fall in line? Total domination!
offensive if I do a country accent here?
No.
No?
No.
Alright, I'm just gonna count to 4 in. 1, 2, 3, 4. When others say they want me,
Hit that like button. Dear God, I'm begging. I can't pay my rent, but at least I got that Louis. Diamonds on my teeth. Only reason I'm smiling. I'm trying to fake rent. I'm trying to spend your money. I'm trying to
but we are Nashville residents, so we are technically f***ing home. I wrote this next song about breaking generational trauma. You see, I'm changing. I'm morphing, I'm shifting. I'm no longer letting people walk all over me. Woo! I'm no longer letting people manipulate me or gaslight me. Woo! I'm in control of my own life now. This next song is called Man Eater.
Lived a life meant for someone else. Figure me out. I'm over trying to restrain myself.
Nashville. I have a lot of friends here. A lot of friends who have never seen me before. A lot of friends who have seen me before. My mom's here. My stepdad's here. So I wrote this next song about becoming my own god.
Knock on my door, but they don't dare to come in. 'Cause they
I am a woman
and no waistline. Street shit all the time. My swag never on decline. Oxys can't be declined. My SIM card don't decline. No way, no more enemy. I am not the enemy. You might have been injured, but your baby mom remember me. Yes, I came in you. I'm just trying to build my legacy. So when I drop the shot, please don't treat me like no candidate. That's why I never going back.
A very first, so thank you. Because for us, we literally just got off Corey Taylor. So it's like, it's fucking awesome. Like, people don't realize we're gonna give you the same show, whether it's 10,000 people or 7. Doesn't matter. The energy will always be there because as musicians, we love what we do. So on that note, we have an album. That said album, we're gonna play a couple songs from that. Some have been released and some have not been released yet. So it's gonna be pretty cool. The next song we're gonna play is one of the songs we released. Single, it's going pretty well. It's one of the singles. And this song is about words. Words are extremely powerful. And as musicians, we understand that. Kind of play with frequency. And as people, you understand that. Because words themselves can either put you in good spaces or bad spaces. And they definitely project things that you can manifest. So understand that. With that being said, this song is called Graveyard Words.
That's just how I see
we're back. It has been a few days later. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a little bit since the show. Probably a week? I think a week. But a lot has happened in my life, which I'm not gonna get into detail here because we're here now, and that's what matters, right? And we're here to talk about what a sick show that was. So what happened after the show? Hello again, editing Chey here in the daylight in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful late September, early fall weather. Literally, as I'm editing Chey, I wasn't kidding, this is editing Chey, hello. I forgot to mention about what happened out of the show. Our car also just completely crapped out. I think it's the jump time or something like that. My mom said they ended up figuring it out. But we got back in our car close to midnight, right? And she started it and it wouldn't start. It got past the point of starting, so we knew it wasn't the starter, but then it just like started shaking, and I won't try to replicate the noise because I've already done enough embarrassing things on the internet. Don't want to do that. But it started making a noise and shaking the entire car, and then it would die. And my mom looked at me, and she's been a mechanic for many, many decades. Many, many decades. She knows what she's talking about. She looked at me and said, I've never ever heard a car make that noise. And I thought, oh, that's great, because if you don't know, I really don't know. So we ended up having to call one of her clients that has a tow truck, and he so gratefully towed us back to where she works. And then my dad came and picked us up and took us home. And we got home a little after 2 a.m. instead of midnight, kind of like we planned. So that's fun. Back to the video. Well, me and Mama Chey stayed around to talk to some of the band members that were packing up and manning their merch tables. Being a crew member myself, no, I did not bother the band members and the crew people who were doing teardown. I know how that feels, so I left them alone. Only when they were not busy, only when they expressed that yes, it's cool to talk to me, did I go forth and talk to them. Shout out to all my fellow production crew people out there. You the real ones. We were lucky enough to get to talk to members from every single act, which was pretty cool. The guy from the Raging Kids, I don't know their name, but they loved my mom. As you probably saw in the footage, he kept addressing her as mommy, which was absolutely hilarious to me. I don't know if she found it as funny as I did, but I thought it was pretty funny. After he went off stage, I didn't get a video of it, but as he was going off stage and they were tearing down his stuff and he was getting a water, he came through the back where my mom was sitting, because it's a very small venue. If you've ever been to the end, you know. He was coming out of the back and he bypassed my mom and he came back and he was like, Mommy. Got her attention. She was like, oh, hi, and he gave her a hug. He was like, Mom, I gotta give you a hug. I love your energy. I love your vibe. And so he gave her a hug. They had a really sweet interaction. I was like, wow, Mom, you got a new adopted kid. She's just adopting band members left and right. Honestly, it's kind of a problem. I told her she better watch it. Beartooth's gonna get jealous. They're gonna be like, Mom, there's no more room at the dinner table. Stop adopting other band members. It's even funnier because she didn't choose this life. The band members just kind of choose her, but it's cute to watch. Then my mom turned and introduced them to me. They were like, that's my daughter. She's the reason I'm even here in the first place. And they came off the railing, gave me a hug. They were like, thank you for coming out. Love your vibes. We had a really cool, short conversation, but really sweet. The most notable interaction was the one that my mom had with the front people, with the front men of the Oxymorrons. For further context, in the middle of their set where they kind of had a little lull, they were taking a water break, my mom leaned over and said, don't they remind you of a very young Run DMC? Like when they first started out, and I was like, yeah. Like more punk Run DMC, but yeah. Because, you know, Run DMC is that rock and hip-hop. I would say Oxymorrons are more like punk rock and hip-hop, and honestly labels are kind of dumb anyway, but those are the kind of vibes that they give a lot. Apparently while I was talking to Sorry Mom, my mom caught one of the frontmen of the Oxymorrons and was like, hey, y'all had a great set, really enjoyed it, loved it, and he said, you know, thank you, I'm glad you had a great time, and she said, hey, by the way, y'all remind me of a young Run DMC. I saw them in concert when they first started out, and y'all have a lot of that same rockin' energy. I love it. You tore the place up. Apparently, he looked at her and said, damn, how old are you? Luckily, my mom has a great sense of humor. She was like, dude, I'm ancient, but I got to see so many good concerts and I'm still going to them. And he said, yeah, you that old and you still going to concerts? That's so sick. Let's go. So, again, I think she may have adopted another person. I got to talk to him a little bit right before we left. I just, I told him, hey, I had only heard of y'all before this. I had never seen y'all live, but you absolutely crushed it. I had a great time. Great show. He told me, thank you, that's awesome. And then he saw my mom, and my mom was like, yeah, that's my daughter. And he was like, I can tell. And he said, do you know how blessed you are to have a mom like that? He's like, that is such a blessing to have a mom like that is so supportive and takes you to these shows and goes with you to these shows. And I said, dude, I know. I'm so lucky. I've talked about this in some other videos, but I always feel like I can't say that I had the typical emo phase of, my parents never understand me, no one understands me. Because my mom was never like that. Asking Alexandria, Avenged Sevenfold, whoever it was, whatever screamo I was playing, she was right there going, are they coming to Nashville anytime soon? Like, she was right there with me. She never once said, ew, what is this? Turn that screaming crap off. So yes, frontman of Oxymorrons, I feel incredibly blessed. I feel incredibly lucky. You were absolutely hitting the nail on the head. Oh, I need more Diet Pepper. Diet Pepper? Now let's get into one of my favorite segments of the video, merch haul. I got a lot of merch, and I know I say that a lot, but I did get a lot of merch this time. A lot of little things. A lot of stickers. So many stickers. Without further ado, let's talk about the Raging Kids merch first. At the end of his set, he came off stage and gave everyone these stickers, which I honestly think are pretty cool looking. I love the yellow. I think that's a great picture of him in action, and I also love that he just features a QR code. I've noticed those are becoming a lot more popular lately, as like scan to get more information. Good for him for jumping on that. Now let's talk about Sorry Mom. I have to say, I know I was finished talking about notable interactions or whatever, but before I was even buying merch, I was talking to them at their merch booth, and they were just the sweetest people. I knew I at least was gonna get a t-shirt or a sticker. I ended up getting so much more. One thing you might not know about Chey is that I am an absolute sticker fiend, so whenever I went to the Sorry Mom merch booth and I saw they had not one, not two, but 4 different types of stickers, I knew I had to have them. I don't know whether I'm going to put these on my guitar, my laptop, or whatever, but I know they're going to look sick. And a funny little fact about one of the stickers, they were like, oh, take another sticker, and I said, okay, I'll take this one and I will put it somewhere. I will not say where here because it's gonna be a surprise for someone to find. But I told them where I would put the sticker as a surprise for someone to find. They loved it, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold to my promise. Maybe one day I'll reveal where that sticker is. But it might be a fun little scavenger hunt. I also got this t-shirt. I liked all of their shirt designs, but I don't really own any red t-shirts, and I also love the House on Fire design, so this was the one for me. Next up is Rivals. Rivals was the hardest band to choose which merch I wanted to get, but I settled on a few things. I chose this t-shirt because I already have a Rivals t-shirt kinda like it. I love the design on the breast pocket. I love the skull, the flowers, the vibes. I really love the art style. That's what captured my eyes first. The art style is just in that illustrative kind of detailed style that I really, really like in digital art and also in tattoos. And on the back, we can see that it is a shirt representing the song Dead Flowers in My Hair. That's one of my favorite Rival songs, so again, that made this shirt a must-buy. But we have this beautiful, enlarged skull design from the breast pocket on the back. It says Dead Flowers in My Hair, and then on the bottom, we have the lyrics from the song. The next Rivals t-shirt that I chose is actually the one that I'm wearing in the video, and it is their Man-Eater t-shirt. It has their band name, and then it has the art that originally came out to accompany the release of their song Man-Eater, which again is one of my favorite Rival songs. You might be surprised that I bought this hot pink t-shirt, but I did so for a couple of reasons. Number one, while pink isn't my favorite color, I have slowly grown to accept it, and I have so little pink in my closet that I've been trying to collect a little bit more in designs that I love. Number two, the color is just aesthetically fitting to the design and the vibes of the song. Then lastly from Rivals, I got the CD version of Sad Looks Pretty on Me. I own the vinyl version, and I also own the CD version of Damn Soul. Sad Looks Pretty on Me was their only album I didn't own the CD for, so I had to grab it while I was there. I love this album. I highly, highly, highly recommend you check it out if you're looking to get into Rivals or just curious. And finally, Oxymorrons. Kind of in the same vein as the Rivals Maneater t-shirt, I really gravitated towards this shirt because it was pink. It's also tie-dye, which is cool, but mainly because of the pink. I actually like the pink design on this shirt. I like it a lot. I think it works. I think it contrasts with the lettering well. I really like the design of the lettering and the band's name. And something else cool I found out, apparently this shirt is now sold out on their website, so I feel lucky to have been able to grab it on tour. Alright, time for the concert wrap-up review portion of the video. Also, my bangs need to be cut. Good lord, wow, 5 head much? Boing. I got my hair cut like Jared Leto in 7th grade. And I have made a lot of questionable decisions in my life. But going to this concert was not one of them. Let me tell you about it. First of all, let's start with the Raging Kids. A theme that you're gonna hear throughout this video is passion. I am very passionate about music, and there is nothing I love more than when the people I'm watching are passionate about the music that they're playing. I can say that through and through for every single act on this tour. The Raging Kids. First of all, we need more bass players in the world. Yes, I said it. Come for me. We need more bass players. So to see an act like the Raging Kid who is just the bass player themselves, oh my gosh. First of all, love it. I'm a big bass girly. Something about low frequencies just makes my ears very happy. I have watched Ashi's Might Love Myself bass playthrough a lot. Because I love bass. I mean, I guess Ashi's cool too, but I love bass. I love low tones and low frequencies. They're what I've always been able to hear the best. And I have never seen a solo bass artist, I don't think. I know I've never seen one in concert, but I can't conjure any in my head who just get on stage and play bass themselves. People in the comments are gonna probably come for me and be like, oh, well, 1 through 10, Watch Mojo, top 10 solo bass players, but I don't know them. All I know is the Raging Kid Raging killed it. They had such good energy, really, really great vibes, just a great attitude. Being the opener on a tour like that can be intimidating. It can be rough, I imagine. Some people are not hostile to openers, but maybe, I'm sure that some people see it as even worse, just, some people can be, they just ignore them. You know, some people don't even come until like an hour into the show after the openers have gone off because they just want to be there for the main acts. I am the kind of person that likes to give the same energy to the openers that I give to the headliners. Not because of some pity that I feel, but because I just love music. Your energy can feed into the energy on stage, just like the energy on stage can feed back into the crowd. I think the Raging Kids gets A+++ points for their absolute immaculate attitude. They were so thrilled to be on that stage, so thrilled to be engaging with the audience, and they engage with the audience a lot. Like I said, some people can be cold towards openers, but after the Raging Kids' first song, the crowd was already warmed up to them, and people were smiling, people were laughing, people were having a good time. They were able to keep that great attitude, a big smile on their face, and the great vibes going throughout their set, which honestly I think was way too short. Sorry, Mom. One thing is true, I won't be saying sorry to my mom for taking her to this show, even though the last song they played is I F***ed Your Mom. That's another kind of funny thing, because after the show, when I took her to the merch booth, I was like, hey y'all, I cut out the middleman, here's my mom. That made them laugh, and it made me feel good to make them laugh like that, because it was just a prime opportunity that I saw and seized it. I didn't know they were going to play that song, but when they did, I was like, we're going to the merch table. It's too good of an opportunity to pass up. Again, why do I turn Italian like this? Gotta wet the beak a little bit. For all my Blackbird peeps out there, you know. Wet the beak. Sorry, Mom. What to say about Sorry, Mom? How many times am I gonna say, Sorry, Mom? A lot. They were a band that I am 99.9% sure I've heard before. I know I've at least heard of them, but I'm pretty sure that I've heard them a little bit on Spotify here and there. I listen to a lot of random mixed up playlists on Spotify, so I'm sure I've run across them sometime. They had that great energy that you love in a grungy, punky band. Just a good rock band. It felt like being at a show with your friend's band. Being at the end, that little tiny, I'm sure to some very kind of sketchy dive bar-ish vibe, fit them so well, fit their aesthetic, fit their attitudes aesthetic, I should say. While I was standing there watching, absolutely bopping, I took myself out of the situation a little bit, and I was like, has some 90s kind of vibes to it. I love it. They had me hooked in every single second. I didn't know what they were going to do next. I didn't know what they were going to play next, but every second of everything they played, I was like, wow, I love it. Not to mention, the front person had a kazoo with a horn. I didn't end up getting any videos of it because I was too busy enjoying the moment, and also I felt kind of bad after their set. I was like, I didn't get any videos of that awesome kazoo that they had. But then I kind of thought to myself, no, that's not something I can film. Y'all just need to go experience that. Y'all need to go see Sorry Mom and experience the Kazoo-Kapalooza for yourself. The Kazoo-Kapalooza. Kazoo-Kapalooza. Go see Sorry Mom and their Kazoo-Kapalooza. Honestly, that should just be the tagline on all their tour posters and stuff. Just, come see us. We have a kazoo and we rock. As for band coordination, it felt really cool because you could see that they were all in sync with each other without having to even look at each other. You could tell they were really just feeling it. It wasn't just parts in the song that they were playing. You could tell each individual musician, each individual person in the band knew when to take their moment to shine, when to not exaggerate, but when to really let their part shine, and then when to step back. And it didn't feel practiced or rehearsed. I mean, maybe it was, but it didn't feel that way. It felt natural. Kind of like jazz does in that way. I don't know. I'm sorry for comparing them to jazz, maybe. But that's kind of the same vibes that I'm getting at. Letting people step forward when the vibes say to step forward and knowing when to step back. Letting someone else into the spotlight. They crushed it. 10 out of 10. Would see them again. Will see them again. Also, the drummer was wearing a Smart Punk Records shirt, which I am absolutely envious that they had, and I told them so. Rivals. Where to start with Rivals, considering they were the reason I was there to begin with. Rivals just always crushes it for me. Recently, 2 of the members departed from Rivals, leaving 2 left, Josh and Kaylee, the drummer and vocalist. But on this tour, they brought on a temporary guitarist. I think his name is Josh.
Wait a damn minute, something's wrong here.
Josh, the drummer. It's a J. I'm gonna call him Jay. It's something like... Josh is the drummer, Chey. We know Josh. Josh, I'm sorry. It's another J. There's too many J's. I told you I'm bad with names. But they brought on a temporary guitarist for this tour, and he crushed it as well. He added to the crushing. But as for the band's performance overall, if you've never seen Rivals, you need to see Rivals. Now, Kaylee, I always feel like I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Kaylee, I'm sorry if I am, but I'm pretty sure it's Kaylee. I'm just gonna keep saying it, and she can crush me if I'm wrong. I'm happy with that. Kaylee is one of the best front women in music I have ever seen, personally. And especially recently, she's been coming into her own vibe in her God era, which, love it for her. We love to see it with anyone. Getting to see it on stage as it's evolving, because I saw them last year and then I saw them about 6 months ago, and then to now seeing that evolution, you can tell changes are taking place and that it's a continuous betterment of the self, and it's showing in the music. Rivals' music and their vibes feels like that best friend that you'd call after some guy or someone broke up with you and you're crying, and they would come over to your house with your favorite snack and hug you. They would calm you down, talk you through it, and then they would say, hey, let's go egg his car. They're comforting, and yet in the same way, empowering and just in your face. What my synesthesia gives me seeing them live is, you know the iron nuggets in Stardew Valley? These things? Because it's like sharp and it's crisp, and it's so hard to describe synesthesia, but it's sharp and it's crisp and it's blatant, but it's not all pointed edges. Kaylee absolutely commanded that stage. Again, speaking about being in sync, the whole band was just latched onto each other. They came on that stage with 150% energy and just threw it right back into the crowd, and the crowd threw it right back at them. It's one of those cases where a band knows how to harness that energy, knows how to entice the crowd, entrance the crowd, get them up and going simply because of they're up and going, and it's just intoxicating. And then it's just a back and forth of escalating that energy, them to the crowd to them to the crowd. Being able to kind of capture that wave of energy, not only ride it, but friggin' do some sick Tony Hawk surf tricks on it. Tony Hawk doesn't do surf games. You get my gist. They bring the energy, they bring the heat, they bring the self-love. And finally, we get to the Oxymorrons. This is a band that I am, again, 99.9% sure that I've heard before, simply because of the different kind of playlists that I listen to. I know I've heard of them before, but I'm pretty sure I've heard one or two of their songs before. Not that I could name if you press me, but I'm fairly sure. But are you for imprint certain? I've been watching way too much TV lately. I've been binge watching Below Deck Mediterranean, and that imprint commercial's on all the time. Focus. 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 Oxymorrons. I didn't end up videotaping as much as I thought I would because honestly, I was just bopping and vibing. I was just absolutely in my element. My energy, my synesthesia was going hog wild. I was partying, dude. My version of partying. They are such a fun, high energy, have a great time with your friends kind of band. Kind of in the same vein as Sorry Mom, it felt like seeing your friend's band at a show, but not like a house show. Whereas their kind of vibe felt like at a house show or like at a dive bar kind of venue. This felt more like it would be at a club. Still dive bar elements, but more like clubby, more jumpy. It just felt very party-ish. How many parties have we been to, Chey, to say that? Not that many. I've already said my mom pointed out how much they reminded her of Run DMC when they first came out, their energy, and I have to agree with her. If you go back and listen to those first Run DMC records, if you go and listen to the live tapings of them, the live shows, that's the same kind of energy, but I would say escalated about 10 times because I would put them more towards punk rocky, but also I really hesitate to do that because I hate boxing things in by genre or make it seem like I'm boxing things in by genre. They came in like they already knew a party was full swing, and by the time they came out on that stage, it certainly was. Everyone was dancing their hearts out and jamming the entire time. I'm not lying to you, I honestly think they have become one of my new favorite bands. Every song they played just hit for me. Not only that, but they're also hilarious. They had some story times on stage chatting back and forth with the audience. They're very funny people. Also very, very talented people, and very smart. They were talking about their various backgrounds, how one of them is a lawyer and stuff, and now they're in this band, and I just kept thinking about my Georgetown education, and how I'm now an audio engineer. I didn't study audio engineering at Georgetown. I immediately left Georgetown, graduated, and then went to Blackbird and was like, I'm gonna do music instead. So I related to them a lot. It was a very comfortable to rock atmosphere. It felt like the perfect end to an event like that because starting with the Raging Kids, it just kept escalating throughout the night. And maybe that's part of the natural buildup towards getting to see the headliners, but I think each act really embodied it well, was able to capture the crowd's energy and build it up, step it up, each individual song, not even through each act, but through each song. Because by the time we got to the Oxymorrons, they came out and it was just party time, baby. Altogether, the event was very punk rock, very fun. Very punk rock in the way that it was comfortable to rock. It was an atmosphere of love and friendship, even though we were all strangers, just community. A community coming together to rock out together, to have a great time, listen to some great tunes. And honestly, what more can you ask for from a show? That's one of the best outcomes ever. I had an amazing time, and I can't wait to see these acts when they come through Nashville again. I know I've been away for a little bit. I've had a lot of personal stuff going on. A lot. But I'm back. I'm not going anywhere, and I do have plenty of videos in the making coming y'all's way very, very soon, including more concert vlogs. So if you want to catch those, be sure to hit the subscribe button below to stay up to date and stay in tune for all the good tunes and good times that will be coming your way. But if you can't wait, you want to see some great concert footage, and you want to see it now, I have every single concert vlog I've ever made on this channel in a playlist called Concerts. Link it up above and so below. Check it out, dance your heart out, have a great time. As for right now, though, thank y'all so much for watching. Oh my god, I've forgotten my outro. As for right now, though, thank y'all so much for watching. If you ain't heard it from anyone else today, I love you. Love and peace. Bye!